Warning, this fanfiction contains scenes of a... You know what? They're just horrible. Don't listen to this. Don't watch this. Just don't. Star Wars, Episode 7, A New Hope. A sexually aggressive but festive romp throughout the Millennium Falcon and elsewhere in the Star Wars universe. Contents: abuse, anal, beast, bi, BP, complete, death, DS, exhib, FMM, humil, ink, language, MM, oral, rim, and scat. By Tribal Tat. Part 1. Friends. As the Millennium Falcon raced through hyperspace, Han Solo grunted out loud and poured himself a cup of space coffee. "It's gonna be a long night, kid," Solo said with a tired rasp in his voice. Luckily for the exhausted hero, his good friend Luke was able to provide some relief. "It's okay, buddy. I'll stay up to help you fly if need be." "Thanks, kid. You know I appreciate it." Han had never said how much he appreciated Luke, and it was understood between the two. Brotherly love had overcome them, and the two put their arms around each other as they flew. "Seen any good movies lately, kid?" "The one with the penguins and they surf." "Oh, that looks like shit." "No!" Luke gasped gaily. "No! Man, it was neat!" Now Han's good friend Dash Rendar, who you might remember from the classic N64 title Shadows of the Empire, wanted the whole gang to have a reunion of sorts. After the recent defeat of the Empire, a nostalgic feel was in the air that one could not escape, a sense of belonging that was felt throughout the entire rebellion. However, Han and his crewmates were somewhere in the Derpedon system, and they wanted to make it to the Coxmonger system in time for the party. Then an all-nighter was in order. It was nothing new for Solo, with his history of outracing the likes of Jabba the Hutt and nearly every bandit across the galaxy. He was surely used to nights like this. In previous years, he would have been able to thrive during an all-nighter, but the recent defeat of the Empire and the years of travelling had left his tired bones worn and stale. He needed assistance, and whenever a rocky moment presented itself, there was Luke. Kid. Hours passed, and the evening soon turned into a night that was growing later and later. Han put on some Def Leppard to boost the energy level and overall morale in the cockpit. "Now we're rockin'," Han joyfully proclaimed. "This is old man music. Where are you, an old man?" What the hell is the matter?" firing back at his co-pilot. "Come on, Han. Don't you have any System of a Down or Static X? Something to get a little hoppity and go in this ship?" "Ah, Christ. Figure someone your age wouldn't like this." Luke was quick to respond. "I'm a grown-ass man, dog." The two playfully argued. Luke would go to the fridge and offer Han some Capri Suns, and while they were still on a sugar high, they'd race each other in their swirly chairs. They'd smile and laugh together. Time passed, though, as it always does somehow when you wish to hold on to moments as they pass. "Alright, Han. About time I call it a night. I can't stay up much later. I'm sorry, I know I promised to help fly and everything." Luke sounded nervous. "It's fine, kid. As long as I got this space coffee by my side and my Def Leppard cassette tapes, I'm all set." "Swell. If you need anything, just holler. I'll be in the back bedroom." Luke walked through the hallway of the Millennium Falcon, admiring the wonderful artwork along the walls. It had always needed a woman's touch. The fair Princess Leia, and it's not Leia, I'm reading it right here, that's Leia, took it upon herself to make the drafty mechanical ship into a rousing spectacle of beauty and art. Luke walked past the pictures of doggies running and children rolling aimlessly through the grass, admiring everything on his way to the bedroom. Luke tugged away at his sheets, trying desperately to fit them on his bed. Would it kill Han to spare me a decent set of sheets? I only defeated the evil Emperor for silly sake, Luke thought as he stretched his arms across the ends of the bed. He stretched, and stretched, and stretched, but with all the force he was using, a nice little toot snuck out of his rear end. "Oh my," Luke said out loud. "Looks like that galaxy spaghetti I had really did a number on me. Better make a quickie run to the old shit bucket before sleepy time." Why he said all of that out loud is a matter of discussion. Not only that, but nearly every word spoken was not in his character at all. But people change. Luke finished setting his bed up, and by now the poo was raging inside of him. "Yikes! Here we go!" Luke exclaimed and went racing to the bathroom. He sat his plump white buttock down and delved into a People magazine. "Ah, finally," he sighed with relief. 45 minutes passed, and still no sign of release. Christ, when is this turd gonna pass?" He made every effort in his little boy body to expel this demon poo from his innards. He gripped the People magazine with all his might, nearly tearing the pages of the paparazzi section. Without warning, the bathroom door suddenly burst open. Yipes!
Well, hello, Luke.
A seductive voice whispered from the doorway. A shadowy figure stood leaning against the doorframe. Her deep, sensual voice grabbed Luke almost immediately. His mind began racing, and a nervous sweat began pouring from his face. Leia, is that you? What are you still doing up? She appeared in nothing but a towel, seemingly ready to take a steamy shower. However, she couldn't with her brother nearby, and any sensible woman would never allow her own brother to see her in the nude. Right? Right? Shit!
Oh, I felt dirty from flying with Han all day. You ever feel dirty, Luke?
Yes, no, I have not! With that statement, Luke shrieked. He became so immensely worked up, he cleared his colon clean of any remaining feces that were in it. His voice also cracked more noticeably than when he was 13, but in comparison to the loud flatulence he released, who cares? Leia heard, though, and giggled her adorable little girl laugh. It sent tingles all up Luke's spine.
Oh, you've always been the shy one in the family, Luke.
Luke was not shy at all. He defeated the Emperor and blew up the Death Star for Christ's sake, and now he suddenly found himself speechless. Was he going to see his sister naked? Little did he know, that was merely a sprinkle on the banana split that was to come.
The shy and excitable one.
What the? And before Luke could send a full 3 words out of his mouth, Leia's towel dropped to the floor, setting her breasts free into the mist of the shower. Luke noticed everything on her instantly. Her sensual curves, her delightfully perky breasts, and the giant brown birthmark on her ass, which made him awkward. Still, the sight of her near-perfect body caused Luke's penis to become very hard. It stood erect and proud, pointing straight towards the mighty heavens.
Oh my, Luke, you're more impressive than I thought.
Yeah, thanks, Leia. You're cute too. This is so wrong! It raced through his head at lightning speed, but the beautiful, wet, soapy body that stood before him spoke otherwise. Her shapely boobs were everything Luke could want and something to wank to. Yet, did family relationship matter? Nah! She lathered up good and fine. The soap dripped off her body at a seductively slow pace. Luke could not contain the powerful urge of excitement that raced through his veins. The situation and the alluring look of his nudie sister had become too much for him to fathom, and his erect penis launched a mighty wad of semen directly onto Luke's shaven chin. There Luke sat, pants down at his ankles, on a toilet full of poop, with semen dripping from the bottom of his chin, eyes bulging from his face. Leia giggled as Luke's dignity shriveled and died, but Luke had always enjoyed that delightful snicker, even after he found out she was his own flesh and blood. Well, what do we do now? Luke said, desperately trying to sound suave.
I don't know, babe. You tell me.
Well, let's get you out of my dreams and into my bed, Luke stuttered, desperately trying to be slick, yet he knew it was hopeless to be suave on the shitter. Leia hopped gleefully out of the shower. The soap continued pouring from her shapely body. Luke stood up from the toilet, his man-meat proudly waving about, and his pants still down around his ankles. He hurried to chase her body down. He fell in the doorway, tripping over his pants. He pulled his face up from the ground and gazed at Leia. Spread eagle on the hoverbed! Luke tried to look away. Hell, to pull himself off the ground and get his shiny white ass back in his pants. There his sister was, on the bed, proudly presenting herself. The night reeked of possibilities, and Luke knew. And Luke could see that it was going to be a pork fest of the most monumental proportions.